What is up, awesome tubers? Welcome to another episode of the Nightmare Show. And tonight we're going to be talking about the world's deadliest tornadoes. And I hope that you are not scared of storms, because if you are, you might want to tread lightly, because these are some very scary tornadoes. And let me warn you, many people have died. And with that being said, before we get started, I'm getting this information off .co.com. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And join the Awesome Tuber Army today. And if you're currently a subscriber, I want to say thank you. And thank you so much for watching my videos. It means a lot to me. Okay, so at the top of our list, I'll try not to botch this too bad. We have the Daltupur Saturai tornado, Bangladesh, 1989. This April 26, 1989 storm was about a mile wide and traveled 50 miles through poor areas of the Dhaka region of Bangladesh, which is along with the US and Canada, one of the countries most frequently hit by tornadoes. The death toll, estimated at 1,300, was due in large part to the shoddy construction in the slums that couldn't withstand the brute force of the twister, which left 80,000 people homeless, more than 20 villages were leveled, and 12,000 people were injured. Next on our list, we have the Tri-State Tornado, 1925. This is considered to be the deadliest tornado in U.S. history. The 219-mile path that cut through Missouri, Indiana, and Illinois is also on record as the longest in world history. The death toll from the March 18, 1925 twister was 695, with more than 2,000 injured. Most of the deaths were in the southern Illinois. The monstrous tornado was 3/4 of a mile wide, though some reports put it at a mile wide in places. Winds may have exceeded 300 miles per hour. The twister destroyed 15,000 homes. You would not want to be caught out in the open during that tornado, awesome tubers. You might as well kiss your behind goodbye. Next on our list, we have the Great Natchez Tornado, 1840. This tornado struck Natchez, Mississippi on May 7, 1840, and holds the record as the only massive tornado in the U.S. to have killed more people than it injured. The death toll was at least 317, with the majority of casualties on flatboats sunk along the Mississippi River. The loss of life was likely greater because the deaths of slaves would not have been counted in this error. There is no telling how widespread has been the ruin, wrote the free trader across the river in Louisiana. Reports have come in from plantations 20 miles distant in Louisiana, and the range of the tempest was terrible. Hundreds of slaves killed, dwellings swept like chaff from their foundations, the forests uprooted, and the crops beaten down and destroyed. So could you imagine that, awesome tubers, being a slave and you die in a tornado and they don't even record your death? I'm gonna be haunting some people. Next on our list, we have the St. Louis East St. Louis Tornado, 1896. This tornado hit May 27, 1896, striking the major city of St. Louis, Missouri, and neighboring East St. Louis, Illinois, across the Mississippi River. At least 255 died, but the toll may have been higher, as people on boats might have washed down the river. It's the only tornado on this list to be considered a Category F4 instead of the most powerful F5. Less than a month later, the city hosted the 1896 Republican National Convention, where William McKinley was nominated before being elected the 25th President of the United States. Next, we have the Tupelo Tornado, 1936. This tornado struck Tupelo, Mississippi on April 5, 1936, killing 233 people. Among the survivors were young Elvis Presley and his mother. Official records at the time didn't include African Americans, and the twister heavily damaged black neighborhoods, so the toll was likely higher. 48 city blocks were destroyed. It was an especially deadly storm here, as the next night a tornado swept through Gainesville, Georgia, killing 203 people, but the death toll could have been higher as many buildings collapsed and caught fire. So, awesome tubers, Elvis Presley survived this tornado, and his mother survived it too. That's pretty interesting. Well, that's all we have today, awesome tubers, for the world's deadliest tornadoes. There were some really interesting ones on here, and I hope you're enjoying the Nightmare Show. I'm going to be doing more episodes of this, talking about different creepy things, more topics on other stuff, just anything I feel like would be interesting to talk about and that would fuel your nightmare. That would be my point of interest. I'm going to try to fuel your nightmares. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're not too afraid of storms. And until next time, awesome tubers, stay awesome and stay scary.